All work and dedication.
What's up, it's your boy Reemus. Welcome back to Reemus Boxing News, where we cover the latest trending topics in the boxing world today. Today's topic, we're speaking about Floyd Mayweather being inducted into the Hall of Fame. This is the first event which has been held in about 3 years because of, the global situation and whatever. So there was 3 years worth of fighters to be inducted, and that included in the 2020 inductees, it included Bernard Hopkins, Juan Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Lou DiBella, the promoter. In 2021, some of them included Vladimir Klitschko, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Andre Ward, Layla Ali. And for this year, it actually included Miguel Cotto, Roy Jones Jr., and James Toney, amongst, other people. Now, when it was time for Mayweather to go on the stand and speak, it was crazy because he couldn't help but let his tears flow. And I swear for literally about 2 minutes, he just had to, he was just trying to gather himself, and he was just in tears for the entire 2.5 minutes or something like that. I think it's really the fact that he was just really seeing, when they say your life flashes before your eyes, it was almost like his career was flashing before his eyes. Like it was all culminating till this moment, all the blood, sweat, tears, hard work, dedication and so forth, just hitting him in that one moment as he's being appreciated by so many of the other, fight fans, journalists, but also the other legends that are in the room. But when he could finally muster the strength to speak, here's what he had to say.
This is one of the best days of my life. I love my dad because without him, this wouldn't be possible. They call it the sweet sons. So my dad said, you know what, son? The less punishment you take, the longer you'll be able to last in the sport of boxing. It didn't matter how much money they paid me. I would have did it for free. I love the sport of boxing.
I love events like this because you kind of see the fighters give their true, authentic kind of love for the sport without the brash, flashy persona, sides that they have when they're promoting fights and so on. It's just like pure love for the sport. And you could also see a lot of his respect for other fighters, because in that speech he was basically talking about, how much he loves the sport. He was talking about his appreciation for, his father, family, supporting them and all of that stuff, and how he felt special, in terms of the work that his parents were putting into him to help him and stuff like that. But he was also talking a lot about the other fighters. A lot of his speech was actually filled up of him giving respect to present, future and past champions, and he was giving a lot of credit to them.
To all these champions, to the left, all these champions to me is who molded me to be who I am today. I'm happy that Juan Manuel Marquez and Shane, I'm happy that everyone in the Hall of Fame is for all these legends, Bernard Hopkins, James Toney, and the list goes on and on. Terrence Crawford, he's coming soon. It's boxing, and in boxing, it's blood, sweat, and tears. So, should I be able to cry on a great day like this? These are tears of joy. My body of work is amazing. To be able to be in the sport and it's not even the money. That was the easiest part. To fight guys like Shane and I know Cole, to Miguel Cotto, and the list goes, Manny Pacquiao. These guys are amazing, unbelievable. Hard work.
A lot of athletes all around the world now use that statement to help drive them by saying, you know, hard work, dedication, right? And it's just, it shows the influence that he had, not just in boxing, but in all of sports, where other people are using him as a benchmark for, you know, the standard of working hard. And I actually am someone that I have a very deep awareness of how his career went, because of course I developed that the documentary, which, by the way, you know, if you haven't watched, go check it out. It's called The Rise and Reign of TBE, The Rise and Reign of Floyd Mayweather. So I have a very acute understanding of his climb to the top, more so than a lot of people. Because if you think that documentary on your side, you think, oh, that's an emotional or very inspirational documentary. I was the one that made it, so I'm literally looking through all these clips, all these old interviews that didn't even make it in, and I'm like, this guy actually grinded to the top. And I actually feel a lot of respect the more I watch other fighters, because when I watch other fighters that are champions today or whatever, and I'm then seeing what Floyd did, if that makes sense, through what they're not doing, because I'm like, oh, Floyd did that. Or like if you see fighters adjusting or not adjusting, you're like, that is crazy that Floyd in every single fight was able to adjust. So just little things like that, it makes me respect him even more. And I have to say, even if you are someone that doesn't like him, you are entitled to not like who you know, don't want to like or whatever. But you have to admit that his career, from a purely technical, logical standpoint, he has made the claim to be one of the greatest fighters who ever lived, and he will be in the history books, you know, which this induction is part of that, to be honest. But, you know, he deserves it. He deserves it. But I want to know what you think of his career in reflection. Do you disagree with me? Maybe, you know, you disagree that, or you think that his career was overrated in some way, and you're entitled to that opinion too. But comment down below, let Reemus know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.